So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Your numbers are better than mine.
Oh, I think it depends on the day and like the weather, when the weather's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
It changes things.
Okay, so the notification just went up on the website that we are live.
Okay.
And I'll just wait till we see somebody come in and then I'll turn it over to you.
Okay.
Of course, it's probably counting me being in there right now too.
It always takes a minute. A little bit of a delay, I think.
All right. And here we go.
All right. And welcome to yoga. I am Megan, and we are going to flow today. So it's Wednesday evening, yoga flow. Thank you all so much for joining me. And today, I thought we'd do kind of a feel-good flow, de-stress, kind of whatever you need. So really a focus practice on what you need. I want you to feel good, feel like you're doing flowing, moving as you need to. So with that in mind, I want you to think of my cues, think of what the poses and everything more as a guide for you than anything else. So that way you can really make it your own. So I'm going to give you options as we go, and you can do exactly as I say. You can ignore me. Do what you need to do to make this feel really good for you. So here we go. Let's start lying down. And as always, if you want to grab a couple of blocks, you can grab a couple of blocks. If you have a mat, grab a mat. If no mat, just something to pad your knees if we do any kneeling poses. So let's start lying down. Knees bent, feet on the floor, arms down by your sides. And give yourself just a moment. If you want to take your feet out wide and let your knees knock in towards each other today, the constructive rest pose, do that. And give yourself a moment here. Melt down into the floor. Notice how you're feeling. Notice where your mind is at today. Try not to label it, try not to judge, just noticing. And then begin to tune in with your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. And slowly exhale all of the air out. Inhale, fill all the way up. Once you reach the top, hold it in just for a moment. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. Do that again. Inhale, fill all the way up. Once you reach the top, hold it in just for a moment. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. One more time. Inhale, fill all the way up. This time, when you reach the top, sip in just a little bit more air so you feel completely full. And then when you feel ready, exhale out through your mouth, side out. And then when you feel ready, you can take your time. On your next inhale, you're going to slowly bring your knees up into your chest. Hug your knees in, rock and roll around a little bit, massage out your lower back. And then coming back to center, take your arms out into a T and drop your knees over to the left, coming into your twist. Right shoulder is going to melt down here. A couple of breaths. Notice how you're feeling. And then on your inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly bring your knees back to center. Then exhale, drop your knees over to the right, coming into your twist on the other side. Again, a couple of breaths here. Left shoulder melts down. Make it feel nice. And then again, inhale, bring your knees back to center. You're going to slowly bring your feet to the floor. Take your time here. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex your right foot. You can stay, or if you want to hug that knee in towards you, go for it. Flexing your right foot here. Breathing. Long, deep breaths. Feeling the stretch in the right outer hip. Glute. Make sure you're not feeling it in your right knee. Or if you're feeling it in a bad way, you can always let it go a little bit. Make it feel better for you. So that way you can see if you can soften here as you take a couple of breaths. Again, taking the time to notice. Notice how it feels. And then on your exhale, if your left foot is up, slowly bring your left foot back to the floor. Uncross your legs. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Again, you can stay. This might be plenty. Stay if it feels good, or if you want to hug it in. Again, you can thread your left arm through that hole between your legs and hug in the right shin or even the right back of your leg. It's just depends on what feels best to you. Keep that left foot flexed. A couple of breaths. Again, notice where you feel it. Notice the flow of your breath. And then again, take your time. On your next exhale, if your right foot's up, slowly bring it down to the floor. Uncross your legs. Good. And then from here, take your feet straight up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. It might be nice to be outside today. You can flex your feet. You can point your feet. You can do ankle circles here. Give yourself just a moment. And then when you feel ready, you're going to slowly hug your knees in toward your chest. Roll all the way over onto your right or left side. And use your hands to come up. Let's come onto hands and knees. So take your time here. Hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Knees come underneath your hips. And we're just doing a feel-good flow today. You want it to feel nice for you. Yoga should always feel nice, right? But especially today, we're really focusing on it today. So on your inhale, you're going to arch your spine and look up. Exhale, round and drop your arm. And then just keep going. Follow your breath. Feel the movement in your spine. And see if you can feel the movement all the way through your spine. Notice where you feel it the most. Notice where you feel just a little bit of movement. And then on your next exhale, we're going to go back into child's pose. So take your hips back towards your heels, drop your head. Inhale, we're going to come back up and come back into cow pose. So you're going to arch your spine and look up. Exhale, press it back into child's pose. We're just going to do this a couple of times, just moving with your breath. So again, just make it work for you. Make it feel nice. Inhaling into your cow and exhaling back into your child's pose. And if you feel like you want to, you don't have to be overly structured here. You can move it a little bit side to side, take it back and forth. You don't have to go all the way back into child's pose. Make it a little more freestyle if you want to. You go side to side, you can go in circles, you can move your hips in circles. Again, just make it feel nice. How does your body want to move? Long, deep breaths here. And then when you feel ready, you're either going to land it back in child's pose or you can tuck your toes, press yourself back downward facing dog. Again, make it feel nice. So even if you normally do down dog, if your body's just like, no, not today, listen to it. give yourself permission to listen to your body. Sometimes we spend all of our time in our heads, and not saying it's a bad thing, but we have a tendency, at least I do, a tendency to spend our time in our heads and think, well, I have to do this. I should be doing this. Well, I should be doing this, even if your body is like, not today. So that being said, listen to your body if you can. Give yourself permission just for today. One more long deep breath. And then on your next inhale, we're going to slide it forward into a plank or a kneeling plank. Look forward. And then exhale, press it back. We're going back into down dog or child's pose. Do that again. Inhale, slide forward into your plank or your kneeling plank. And exhale, slide it back down dog or child's pose. Good. One more time. We're going to come forward into our plank or our kneeling plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. So take your time here, get long in your legs, and let's come into Sphinx pose. Forearms to the floor, shoulder width apart. Lengthen your heart forward, take a breath. Notice how you feel. Notice the length in your spine. Press into the floor with your forearms and feel your shoulders roll away from your ears. Feel your shoulder blades come down your back. Notice your jaw. Notice your eyes. And then exhale, let's lower all the way down. Slide your hands back. Inhaling into your cobra. Exhaling to lower down. Let's do one more. Inhaling into your cobra. Or if you like up dog, you can go into up dog. Roll your shoulders back. Open up your heart here. Exhale, press it back down, dog or child's pose. Couple of breaths. And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're gonna slowly, let's walk your hands back, all the way back to meet your feet this time. So hands come all the way back to your feet. So any way you want to get there, hands to your feet. So you're standing in your forward fold at the back of your mat. Knees can bend here a little or a lot. You can sway side to side or shake out your head, yes and no. Do what you need to do. Again, just listen to your body. This doesn't have to be anything structured. You can just kind of freestyle it here. And then when you feel ready, take your time. You're going to put a little bend in your knees, let go of whatever you got going on with your hands. And take your time. You're going to go all the way up to stand, stacking your spine. And then once you reach the top, inhale, reach your arms up overhead, open up. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, open up. Exhale, dive forward, forward, forward. So you're just moving with your breath here. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands from the heart. And add on to that just a little bit. Inhale, arms reach up. And your exhale, grab your left wrist with your right hand, and we're going to side bend over to the right, lengthening out the left side. Notice where your gaze is. Inhale, come all the way back up. Switch your hands and then go the other way. So you're going to side bend over to the left, stretching out that right side. Root down into your right foot, lengthen here. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, dive forward, forward, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, open up. Exhale, hands come to heart. But let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms reach up. So grab your left wrist with your right hand. We're going to side bend over to the right, lengthening out the left side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, switch your hands and go to the left. So you're lengthening out the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, dive forward, forward, forward. Just notice how it feels. How does it feel in your body to move? Inhale, extend your spine, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, from here, you're going to walk yourself all the way out. Take your time. You can bend your knees here as much as you need to. Walk yourself all the way out into your plank or your kneeling plank. Remember, knees can come down to the floor here. Just kind of have fun with it. This doesn't have to be overly structured. Exhale, lower down. Inhale and come into your cobra. Roll your shoulders back. Open up your heart. Pause here for an extra breath. Take those shoulders away from your ears. Lengthen out. Make some space. And then exhale, press yourself back into child's pose. And then when you feel ready, you can stay or move it into downward facing dog. Again, notice how you feel. Notice the flow of your breath. And then on your next inhale, again, take your time. You're just going to slowly tippy-toe your feet forward to meet your hands. It doesn't have to be fast. It can be kind of slow. Take a deep inhale here as you fold, and a deep exhale. On your inhale, put a little bend in your knees, and again, just slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand, stacking your spine, kind of like your wave, just rolling up. And then once you reach the top, reach your arms up overhead on an inhale, and an exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Take a deep inhale here, and a deep exhale. So this is, again, for like the third time, this is a feel-good flow. But if you have a special intention, place that into your heart so that as we move, you can remember your reason. What's your reason today? And then when you feel ready, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, extend your spine, flat back, lengthen. Exhale to fold. You're gonna bend your knees, step your left foot back, come back into your lunge, and then bring your left knee to the floor. Inhale, arms reach up. Low lunge. So tailbone comes down, low belly lifts. And if it feels okay to you, if it doesn't, don't do it. But if it feels okay to you, interlace your fingers behind your back. Roll your shoulders back. Open up your heart here. Again, you can skip it if this is not okay for your shoulders. Or even if you're feeling super wobbly today, skip it. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Tuck your back toes under, extend your back knee up. We're gonna walk your hands around to the left. So you're passing through the wide side of your mat. And then you're gonna bend your left knee, turn your left toes out just a little bit, like they're pointing towards the corner of your mat. And then switch and go the other way. So you're gonna bend your right knee, turn your right toes out just a little bit. So your knees tracking right on top of your toes. That's what we're going for. And then keep going side to side. So we're getting into the hips a little bit. You want this to feel nice. If you want to come up onto the heel of your extended leg, you can. Your heel, extended foot, go for it. You want to keep that foot rooted down, you can do that too. If you want to do this without your hands, you can. I'm giving you lots of options. That doesn't mean you have to do them. I'm just throwing them out there for you. And one more each side. And then the next time you're on your right side, again, you're going to swivel it around, come back into your lunge, and then bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot, wiggle your right foot over to the right a little bit. So both hands are on the inside, and then bring your left knee to the floor. Pause here, inhale, get long in your spine. And you can stay. If you want to come down a little bit further, remember we're still just warming up here, so be nice to yourself. You can bring your forearms down to a block, or you can bring them to the floor. Just a couple of breaths here. Keep your spine pretty long if that feels okay. And then when you feel ready, walk yourself back up. Tuck your left toes under, extend your left leg, step your right foot back. We're coming back into a plank or a kneeling plank. Exhale is going to lower you down. Inhale into your cobra or up dog. Again, stay for an extra breath here. Sometimes we fly through these. They feel nice. And then on your exhale, press yourself back into child's pose. Hips come back towards your heels, drop your head. Take a deep inhale here. Deep exhale. And then again, you can stay, or if you want to move into your downward facing dog, go for it. Just an option. And then taking your time, you're just going to slowly tiptoe your feet all the way forward to the top of your mat. No rush. Coming back into your fold. Hang out here in your fold. Take a deep inhale. Then a deep exhale. Inhale, slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand again. Like your wave. Waving up your spine. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Remembering that intention, noticing your body. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Moving with your breath, inhale, extend your spine. Exhale to fold again. Plant your hands, step your right foot back this way. So we're coming back into that lunge. You're going to bring your right knee to the floor. And then again, you can stay low. You can bring your hands to your thighs, or inhale, you can reach your arms up. Open it up. And then on your exhale, you can stay here, or if you want to interlace your fingers behind your back, maybe funky finger on top this time, just to change it up. Roll your shoulders back. Open up your heart here. Belly lengthens. Tailbone, it's like it's reaching toward your front heel. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, release your hands. Tuck your back toes under. Extend your right knee off the floor. And then again, we're going to walk our hands around to the right. Bending your right knee. Keep your left leg straight. We're moving through that skandasana variation again. And then just go side to side. So you're going to bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. And then bending your right knee, straightening your left leg. Remember the options here. You can keep it higher. You can go really, really low. You can do it without your hands if you want to. You can roll up onto the heel of that extended leg if you want to. Make sure your knees tracking on top of your ankle, so that way keep your knees nice and safe. Getting into the hips and the inner thighs. Notice where you feel it. Notice how it just feels to move. It doesn't have to be structured. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just noticing. How does your body want to move? And one more each side. So you're going to bend your right knee, bend your left knee, and then the next time your left knee is bent, you're going to swivel it around, come back into your lunge, take your left foot, walk it over to the left just a little bit. So both hands are to the inside of the left foot, and then bring your right knee to the floor. Inhale, you're going to lengthen your spine here. And then exhale, you can stay, or you can start to come down onto your forearms into that lizard variation. Remember, you can use a block here, or if it feels good enough to stay upright, stay upright. Don't get to the point where you feel like your eyeballs are popping up. Long, deep breaths. And then on your next inhale, walk yourself back up. Tuck your back toes under. Extend that back knee. Step your left foot back. Come back into your plank. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale into your cobra or your up dog. Stay for your exhale. Stay for your next inhale. And then exhale, press it back into child's pose. Hips come back towards your heels. Drop your head. Feel your breath. Feeling the movement of your breath in the body. And then again, you can stay, or tuck your toes, press yourself back, downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, one more time, we're just going to tippy toe forward. Just tippy, 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 tippy toe. Inhale, extend your spine once you get there. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, little bend in the knees. Slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand. And once you get to the top, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart. And take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. And on your inhale, you're going to bend your knees, think your hips, chair pose. Feel your chair. You can be a little bouncy in your chair if you want to. Notice, if you feel really rigid, notice if there's anywhere you can bring a little more softness, even if it's just a tiny little bit, even if it's just in your mind. A little more fluidity into your chair. And then exhale, dive forward, forward, fold. Inhale, extend your spine, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, step your left foot back. This time you're going to anchor down your back heel. We're going to come up into warrior two. So arms are going to come out into a T. Front heel kind of lines up with the arch of your back foot. It just depends on your hips and your legs. So do what feels best to you. Keep that back leg turning in just a little bit so you feel a little more spacious in that front hip. And breathe. Long, deep breaths here. And then on your inhale, take your left hand back to your left leg. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. So coming into proud warrior. Make it feel nice. Make some space in that right side. Notice your gaze where you're looking. Notice how it feels. And then exhale. Let's come into side angle pose. Start with your elbow to your thigh for this one and take your left arm straight up towards the sky. Open up your heart. Notice you don't want to be really laying on the elbow. You want it light enough that you can pick it up if you need to. And then you're going to take your left hand. You can keep it here. You can flip it. So you're going to take your palm, flip it back, and then wrap it around behind you. You can bring your hand to your hip. You can bring it to your back. If you want to wrap it all the way around and find your leg, you can. If that sounds like crazy talk, just ignore it. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. You don't want to go so far in that shoulder that you feel like you're collapsing though. We're using this to open up the heart, to make some space. You want it to feel kind of nice. And then inhale, unwind your top arm. Got it. Come all the way back up. Come back into your proud warrior. So you're going to take your left hand back to your left leg, right arm back up towards the sky. Lengthen it out. And then straighten your front leg. Make some space. And exhale, triangle pose. Right hand's going to come down, shin block or floor. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Open it up. If you want to go a little bit further back, you feel like you want to open up your heart a little bit more and like reach your left hand back, like you're reaching it back for the wall or the person or whatever it is behind you. Go for it. Just don't compromise the integrity of your back so you're not arching in your back here. You're really opening up your heart. Inhale. Deep exhale. And inhale, bring your hand back up towards the sky if you need it. And then a little bend in that knee. You're going to come all the way back up. Come back into warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down onto the floor. Pop up onto the ball of your back foot. And one more time, you're going to wiggle your right foot over to the right a little bit. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Lengthen your spine. So options here. You can stay up on your toes if you want to this time. If it feels better to drop that back knee, go for it. So both hands are to the inside of the right foot. Right foot's over to the right. Lengthen here. And if you want to, again, you can come down onto your forearms, or you can bring your forearms to blocks. Breathe. Notice where you feel it. Notice where your mind goes here. And then inhale, start to walk yourself back up. Step yourself back. We're going to come back into plank. Exhale, let's lower down. Inhale into your cobra or your up dog. Again, if it feels okay, stay for the inhale. Or stay for the exhale, I'm sorry. And then stay for your second inhale. And then exhale, child's pose. Hips come back towards your heels. Drop your head. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. So then again, you can stay or touch your toes, press yourself back, downward facing dog. All options. Remember, choose the one that feels best. Good. And then on your next inhale, if it feels good, take your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. So we're still on the same leg. We're still on the right leg. Just for a breath here. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, straighten your leg and fold. So right leg is straight or straight-ish. Hands can come to the floor, fingertips to the floor. Or if you have blocks, it might be a nice option for this one too. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, bend your front knee. Step your left foot forward and fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up this time. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart. A deep inhale. Deep exhale. Let's do it again. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. Again, take an extra couple breaths here. See if you can soften or bring a little more fluidity into your chair. Notice if you can, even if it's just in your mind. And then exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back this time. You're going to anchor down your right heel. We're going to come up into warrior two. So arms come out into a T. Front heel lines up with the arch of your back foot. Take a breath or two here. Feel your feet. Little turn in of that back leg. So your back hips turn in just a little bit so you have a little more freedom in that front hip. Give yourself one more long deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, you're going to take your right hand back to your right leg. Reach your left arm up and over your ear. Reaching it out, making some space in that left side. Notice where your gaze is. You might look up, you might look down, you might look somewhere in between. Feel that space in the left side. And then exhale, side angle pose. So you're going to bring your left elbow down to your left thigh. Right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. Lengthen your tailbone here. Feel your low belly lift. And then again, you can stay. This might be plenty. If you want to, you take your right palm, turn it back. You can bring your hand to your hip. You can bring your hand to your low back. You can reach it around and see if you can find your thigh. But don't go so far that it hurts. Save your shoulder for a long, long time. And just go so far that you feel a little bit of opening in the shoulder and the upper chest. And breathe into it. Long, deep breaths. On your next inhale, take your time. Unwind your top arm. Come all the way back into your proud warrior. So take your right hand back to your right leg. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Proud warrior, lengthen it out. And then inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Left hand comes down, shin blocker forward. Right arm's going to reach up towards the sky. Opening it up. Make some space here. Again, if you want that little bit of extension in the upper shoulder, you can take your hand just a little bit beyond straight. So if you're straight up towards the sky, you want to take it a little bit further back. Go for it. Again, the goal here isn't to pop your shoulder out of socket. It's just to get a little bit more of a stretch in that upper chest. Maybe the arm. Notice where you feel it. Keep lengthening your tailbone. Keep your back in line. Take one more long deep breath. And then inhale, bend your left knee. Come all the way back up forward. Two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down onto the floor. You're going to pop up onto the ball of your your right foot. Move your left foot over to the left. Both hands come to the inside of the left foot. And again, you may choose to bring that back knee to the floor, or this time you may choose to keep it up. Do the one that feels the best today. And again, you can stay, you can start to come down onto your forearms. Forearms can come to the block. Lower is not always better. Just what feels best in your body. Listen to your body. You're giving yourself permission today. Even if that means backing off, even if that means doing what your mind doesn't think you should do, listen to your body. And then on your next inhale, you may stay, you may start to come up and step it back into a plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into a cobra or an upward facing dog. Pause for the exhale. Pause for the inhale. And then exhale, press it back into child's pose. Don't skip this part, it feels nice. Unless it doesn't feel nice for you, and then skip it. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. Again, you can stay or lift your toes, press yourself back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, if it feels good, take your left leg up behind you. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine here. Exhale, straighten your front leg and fold. Just a couple breaths here. It's a variation on pyramid. If you don't feel steady, remember you can hop your back foot in a little bit. Just going for a stretch. Inhale. Exhale, bend your front knee. Step your right foot forward to meet your left. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up, reach your arms up overhead. Open up. Exhale, hands come to heart. And take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. Okay, one more. One more round. I'm going to add in just a little bit. So notice your breath. Remember your intention, your reason. And then on your inhale, let's bend your knees, take your hips to your toes. Again, soften. You move a little bit, stay side to side, bounce a little bit. A little chair. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, and on your inhale, step your left foot back. We're going to anchor down the back heel and come back into your warrior two. Same. Not as long of a hold this time, so feel your breath. Feel your feet on the floor. And then inhale, take your left hand back to your left leg, right arm's going to reach up towards the sky. Lengthen. Exhale, side angle pose. Bring your elbow down to your thigh, or hand can come to the floor this time if you want to. Left arm comes up towards the ceiling. Again, you can stay. You can flip your left hand and reach it around behind you. If you're a person that does a full bind, if that's something that's in your practice, go for it. If you've never done one before, today is not the day. So take a breath. Open up your heart. So you're just using this to open up your heart. Lengthen your tailbone towards your back heel. And then inhale, if your top arm is wound up, unwind it. Inhale, come all the way back up. Come back into your proud warrior. Take a breath. And then inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Right hand comes down to the upper floor. Left arm reaches up. Feel that space in your upper back. And inhale, bend your front knee a little bit. Come all the way up. Come back into your warrior two. This time you're going to straighten your front leg. Parallel your feet. If it feels okay, interlace your fingers behind your back. If that doesn't feel good, hands to your hips. Inhale, open up your heart. Exhale, hinge forward here and fold. Notice how you feel. Keeping your weight evenly distributed between both feet. Notice the flow of your breath. Happy shoulders. And on your next exhale, release whatever you've got going on with your hands. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way up. Okay, turn your right foot out. Step your left foot all the way forward to meet your right. Come back into the top of your mat. Good. Here we are. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips to your pose. Exhale, bring your arms out in front of you. You're going to cross your left arm on top of your right. Backs of the hands coming towards each other or the front of the hands. And then your right leg is going to cross over your left. Remember, you can hug here too. If that feels better on your shoulders, you can hug. So left arm on top of the right, right leg on top of the left. You can let that foot fly. You can kickstand it. You can hook it all the way around. Just depends on your legs. So be nice. Ooh, be nice to yourself. I'm going to fall over here. Be nice to yourself. Notice how you're feeling. Eagle pose is this one. You feel all wound up like a pretzel. You're doing it correctly. Smile. Notice how your body feels in this pose. It's kind of it's a funky pose. So notice how you feel. And then inhale. Release all that. Unwind everything. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, dive forward, forward, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. And exhale, fold. On your next inhale, step your left foot back. So we're still on that right leg. Happy right leg. One more time, you're going to wiggle your right foot over to the right. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Lengthen your spine here. Take a breath. If you want to bring your back knee down, you can bring your back knee down. And then options here. Again, you can do any of the variations that we've done before. You can come down onto your forearms. You can come down onto your block. You can pick your back knee up. If you want to bend your left knee, reach back with your right hand and find your foot. You can do that. If you've got your foot, if you don't, you can ignore me for the rest of the time. But if you've got your foot and you want to bring your left forearm down to the floor, you can do that. And breathe here, long deep breaths. Making sure your right knee's tracking right on top of your ankle. Noticing the flow of your breath, noticing how this shape feels in your body. Remembering our practice is not about conquering shapes. It's not about looking pretty. It's not about, any of that. It's really much more interesting of a practice when we dig deep inside and notice. Notice what comes up for us, noticing our tendencies, noticing our tension, and wondering where that tension comes from, what it is, without judgment. Take another breath. And then exhale, release your left foot if you got it. Everybody, you're going to start to come all the way back up. Step yourself back into a plank or a kneeling plank. Exhale, lower down. We're going to pause in that back bend again. So inhale into your cobra or your up dog. Stay for the exhale. Stay for the inhale. And then exhale back into your child's pose. And as you take a breath in your child's pose, notice your right side and notice your left side. And then again, you can stay or move it into down dog. If that feels good to you today. Inhale, take your right leg up if you want to. Exhale, right foot's going to come forward. Remember, if it gets stuck along the way, you can always just help it get there. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, straighten your leg and fold. Inhale, bend your front knee and look forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward to meet your right. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead. Open up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Okay, so feel your feet. Feel all that you've done. We're going to try to remember all that for the left side. Here we go. Just kidding. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips to your pose. Okay, soften here. Take an extra breath. And then exhale, dive forward, forward, forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. Anchor down your back heel. We're gonna come up warrior two. Again, we're not holding it as long on the second side, so just find your feet. Notice how this feels. And then on your inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. And on your exhale, we're gonna come into side angle pose. So again, either elbow to thigh, hand can come to the floor or the block. Take your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. If it feels okay, you can stay or flip your right palm back behind you. You can bring your hand to your hip. You can bring it to your low back. You can reach it all the way around and find your thigh if you want to, but only if it feels okay. Again, if you bind, go for it. Take a breath here. Roll your shoulder back. Open up your heart. On your next inhale, unwind whatever you've got going on. And come all the way back up. We're coming right back into our proud warrior. So you're going to take your right hand back to your right leg. Left arm's going to reach up. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, come forward into your triangle pose. So left hand comes down, should block the floor. Right arm reaches up. Take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale. And then one more deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Inhale, little bend in that front knee. Brings you all the way back up. Bring your hands to your hips, parallel your feet. Straighten both legs. And then from here, this time keep your hands on your hips. Inhale, heart opens up. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Take your shoulders, roll them away from your ears. If it feels okay, if you don't feel like you're gonna fall over, keep your hands on your hips just for this one. Shoulders roll away from your ears, shoulder blades come together and down your back. And then inhale, come about halfway up, bring both hands to the floor, come about halfway up to a flat back. Keep your left hand down. You're gonna put your left hand kind of underneath your nose, so it's right underneath the face. And then inhale, keep your hips exactly where they are, peel your right arm up towards the sky. And feel that opening in the upper back. Feel the space you're creating. Feel your body. Exhale, right hand's gonna come down. Replace your left hand with your right hand. So put your right hand with where your left hand is. Inhale, lengthen, and take your left arm up towards the sky. Keep resisting that right hip back. It's gonna wanna come with you. Keep resisting it back so you're really feeling the opening in the upper chest. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, flat back. Bring your hands onto your hips and come all the way up. Here we are. Turn your left foot out. Step your right foot all the way forward to meet your left. So again, I'm going to turn towards you, but stay where you are. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. Take your arms out in front of you. This time you're going to cross your right arm on top of your left. Backs of the hands, front of the hands can come together, or you can hug. Be nice to yourself here. And then you're going to shift your weight into your right foot. Left foot's going to hop on top, or left leg's going to wrap on top. You can kickstand. You can let it hang. You can bring it all the way around. Really depends on your leg length and your hips. So don't force it. Everybody's eagle looks different. Take a deep inhale here. Deep exhale. This pose, it's a big shoulder opener, it's a big hip opener, and it's a balancing pose all in one. So just notice what happens here for you. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And then on your next inhale, you're gonna unwind everything, reach it all the way up. Feel all that go, and then exhale, dive forward, forward, forward. Inhale, extend your spine, flat back, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands again. You're gonna step your right foot back. Wiggle your left foot over to the left. Bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. Again, you can stay. You can bring the back knee down. You can stay. You can come down onto your forearms or to the block. If you got your foot on the first side, if you want to bend your knee and catch your foot, if it doesn't feel good on the second side, don't do it. Every side is different. It's like a whole new story every time. So if you got it, if you want to, you can hold on to it. And if you want to, you can come down onto your forearms. Remember, these are all options. The goal isn't to get into the most extreme pose of your life today. The goal is to feel good. So find the position here that feels good for you. and breathe into it. Long, deep breath. And then on your exhale, you've got your foot, let it go slowly, without slingshotting it back. Start to come all the way back up. And we're going to step it back, come back into your plank one more time. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale into your cobra or up dog. Roll your shoulders back, open it up. Stay for the exhale. Stay for the inhale. And then exhale, press it back. Come back into child's pose. Notice your body. And then again, you can stay or moving into downward facing dog. All options. You can change it up every time. Listen to your body. Okay, last thing, on your next inhale, take your left leg up if that feels good. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, get long here, lengthen your spine. Exhale, straighten your front leg and pull. Inhale, bend that front knee. Exhale, step your right foot forward to meet your left. We're just finishing out. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead. Open up. Exhale, hands come into your heart. Feeling that energy in your body. Noticing how you feel. Okay. We're going to take it down into some back bends, a couple forward folds, and final relaxation. So on your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. You're going to step it back. And we're going to come right back into our downward facing dog or our child's pose. So we're going to take your time here. And then if you're in your down dog, lower down onto your knees. And let everybody come all the way up to stand on your knees. We're going to do camel. So camel pose. So your knees are going to be hip width apart. You can keep your feet on the floor just like they are, or if you want to tuck your toes and lift your heels up a little bit, you can do that too. Whichever one makes you feel most stable, do that. Okay, tailbone's going to come down, low belly lifts. Feel the length in your spine. So we've got all that space in our upper back now, and we're going to kind of work with it. So you're going to bring your hands to your low back, roll your shoulders back, open up your heart. Listen to your body here. It's very, very important. It will tell you when to stop. So take a breath here. Feel your heart shining up towards the sky. Feel all that space you've created. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And sit back on your heels. If you want a little space in your feet, you can tuck your toes and sit back on your heels. A nice little toe stretch. Breathe. That little toe stretch. Some people don't feel this one as much. I feel this one a lot. So notice where you are. Take a deep breath. And then inhale, come back up. So knees are going to be hip width apart. Again, feet can come down on the floor. You can keep your toes tucked under. Bring your hands to your low back, lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor, and then inhale, open up your heart towards the sky. Again, you can stay here. This might be plenty. Or if you want to, you can take one hand back and reach the other arm up towards the sky, or you can bring both hands back. Don't do that part though if it feels bad on your back, or if you feel like you're going to fall over backwards. Take a long deep breath here. And then another long deep breath. And then in your inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, sit back on your heels. Option to tuck your toes if you want to. Only if you enjoy the toe stretch. Breathe. Notice the energy of the back bends in your body. And if you can't feel it, or if you're feeling something else, it's okay. You don't have to judge yourself for what you're feeling. There's no perfect feeling. Come all the way back up. We're not going for a perfect feeling during yoga class. We're just here to notice. Just here to notice. So again, knees are hip width apart. One more time, this last one we're gonna do. Tailbone tucks under, low belly lift. Hands start at your low back so you can get that opening in the back, opening in the upper back. So roll your shoulders back, open up your heart. Feel your hips reaching forward as your heart opens up. And then again, you can stay. If you reached one hand back last time, do the opposite hand if that feels okay. And if you did both hands and you want to do that again, you can. Open up your heart here, take a deep breath. And one more deep breath. And maybe one more deep breath. And then when you feel ready, inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, sit back in your heels. Give yourself a moment to soak that in. Back bends are big. They're big stimulators of our central nervous system. They really get deep into that. So if you feel dizzy, if you feel lightheaded, if you start to see stars, give yourself a moment, especially in between, and it'll calm itself down. Just saying hello to everything. So give yourself a moment, listen to your body, take your feet out in front of you. Good. I might go over just a few minutes today, you guys, because we're already almost at 6:30. So if you can't swing it, make sure at least a twist before you're all done, so your back's not wondering what happened. Okay. So from here, you're gonna bend your left knee, bring your left foot to the outside of the right hip, and then step your right foot over your left knee and sit up really super tall. Take a breath here. And then bring your right hand behind you. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And then exhale, you're gonna either hug it in or bring your elbow to your thigh and twist. Long, deep breaths. And then inhale, come back to center. And from here, let's unwind. Let's just do the other side. So same other side. So right foot's gonna come to the outside of the left hip. Your left foot's gonna stay to the inside, or you can step it over the right thigh. Again, it just depends on your legs and your hips today. So be really nice to yourself. Take your left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm reaches up, so you can make lots of space in your upper back. And then exhale, either elbow to thigh or hug that knee in and twist to the left. Neutralizing the spine, make some space. And again, if you are going to check out early, no, I completely understand. But if you are done at 6:30, see if you can take just a couple minutes for final relaxation too. Just give yourself a couple minutes to absorb. We're almost there, you guys. Inhale, come back to center. We're gonna fold forward, but let's take our legs out wide today. Take your legs out wide. So flexing your feet, Uttanasana Vishnasana. So lengthen your spine here, flex your feet, sit up really super tall, and then start to walk your hands forward, coming into your fold. You may feel a little sticky here. This is one of those poses where I know a lot of people, I do, feel a little stuck. And it's important to remember that it doesn't matter the shape that you are creating. We're just going for sensation. So if you can feel it, you're doing great. So breathe here. Long, deep breaths. Notice where you feel it. Lengthen your spine. Take another breath here. And then inhale, walk yourself back up. You're going to take your left hand down, either to your left shin or to the inside of the left leg. Right arm's going to peel up towards the sky. Open up here. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, you can stay. You can bring your right hand to the back of the head and move your head back into it, or you can take your right arm up and over your ear, coming into a side stretch. Breathe. Your right hip may pop up here, your right sit bone may pop up here. Very, very normal. You don't have to force it down. Just put a little bit of weight there. Rolling your heart up towards the ceiling. Take another deep breath here. And then inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, right hand is going to come down to the shin or the floor. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. So you're opening up first. And then exhale, right hand can come behind, or sorry, left hand can come behind the head, or you can reach it up and over your ear, making some space here. Rolling your heart up towards the sky and breathing. Long, deep breaths. On your next inhale, take your time. You're going to come all the way back up. And then one more time, keep your feet flexed, walk your hands forward, come back into your fold. Remember, knees can bend here a little or a lot if that feels better. Make this work for your body. And notice, again, notice if you can soften, even just a little bit. On your next inhale, walk yourself back up. Use your hands here. Bring your hands to the outsides of your legs. You're going to slowly bring your feet back together. Take your time. You're going to roll yourself all the way back onto your back. Any little motions you need to do before final relaxation, if you need another twist, or if you need a happy baby, take the time to do that. And when you feel ready, I'm not trying to rush you, but when you feel ready, I'm going to slowly move your way into your final relaxation. Maybe taking up as much space as you want to today. Maybe flop your feet in and out a couple times. Roll your shoulders down a little bit. You can let your arms come out wide. Get as comfortable as you want to, or as comfortable as you can. Really use any props that you need to. Give yourself a few minutes here just to let go. Let go of anything you feel like you may be holding on to. That we get that moment of mental reset, that moment of relaxation. With each exhale, allow yourself to soften just a little bit more. And staying here for as long as you'd like, or as long as you have time to. When you feel ready, take your time to slowly bring your knees up into your chest. Roll yourself all the way over onto your right or left side. And then giving yourself just a moment to settle. Think of this part of our practice as a rebirth. We're re-emerging into the world so we can show up as we need to. We can begin again. Using your hands, press yourself back up into a seat. Finding your comfortable seat, bring your hands to your heart. Remembering that intention that you set. And remembering that taking this time or taking any time for self-care, taking time to reset, to recharge, so important. So that way when we go back out into the world and we do the work that we need to do, we have the ability to show up like we need to show up. We have the ability to be present when we need to be present. And we have the understanding and the capacity to be compassionate and to be as loving and peaceful as possible. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Deep peace, deep peace, deep peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will be back on Monday. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you all so much.